Darkwing Duck is definitely in the new DuckTales series, but maybe not as we expect. And I don't think Disney wants us to know that yet. Hey guys, I've been taking a quick hiatus from DuckTales and YouTube videos for a very short while I took care of taxes and some other personal things in my life. But something dropped last week that's just kind of hard to ignore. In one of the new trailers for DuckTales' move to Disney Channel proper, there was a quick, short scene showing off a long, fan-favorite, awaited character. The DuckTales crossover of Darkwing Duck. But not as you think. Instead of actually showing off the character itself, the trailer showed off a toy on Launchpad's dashboard. A quick scene where he puts the toy down and says in unison with the recording of Darkwing Duck's voice, "Let's get dangerous." Unfortunately, I can't actually show it to you here because the clip seems to be gone. Before making this video, I took a quick look at the Disney Channel YouTube page and the DuckTales Twitter, and in both cases, the trailer, or at least a version of the trailer that included this clip, just wasn't there. Screenshots of the scene are still out there, and that's what I'm showing here, but the scene itself is gone, which makes me wonder if marketing maybe put this clip in a little sooner than the showrunners wanted to. That news has already been out there, but I wanted to talk really quick about what I think this means. Now, I don't normally do a lot of fan theories, but this is really interesting to me, because Darkwing Duck, if you ever watched the original 90s cartoon show, is one of the most egotistical superheroes ever. He's obsessed with being famous and people knowing who he is. And although he's a good hero and he's notable in the city of St. Canard, I never really got the impression from that old show that he was really famous and had merchandise and a toy line and the adoration of fans like he really craved. And although we know very little about the character in the DuckTales reboot, we do know he has toys. Toys that talk and say his signature catchphrase. Which says to me that in this version of the Duck universe, Darkwing Duck might just be as famous as his ego demands. And just like in the original series, Launchpad from DuckTales is his biggest fan. And that's a cool connection, but I kind of like the idea that this Darkwing Duck is a little different, even more full of himself because he's gotten the recognition that he wants. It also might mean that this version of him hasn't met Goslin yet, his adopted daughter from the original series, and various other things, like just that his character hasn't developed yet. He's still the fully egotistical character you meet in the first episode of the original Darkwing Duck cartoon show. Now obviously that's a ton to try and take from just a little scene that only lasts a few seconds and this little screenshot, but I think it's an interesting idea and an interesting take on the character. What's more, is this scene actually kind of makes me wonder if Darkwing Duck is even in the first season of DuckTales, or in the show at all. This might just be a nod to him being a part of that larger world. In fact, maybe he's not even a real superhero in this version of DuckTales. He could be a TV show or a comic book character that Launchpad really enjoys or adores without actually being a real superhero. And if that's the case, which I'm not saying it is, that could mean that some adventure that the Ducks go on later could turn him from a TV star into a real superhero. That's a lot of speculation though. There's a lot of ways it can go, and I'm not gonna make any guesses onto how the story's actually gonna go right now. I mean, last time I did that it didn't work out very well. Frank Angones himself told me I was wrong about Duckworth. And there are spoilers out there that told me, oh yeah, I was really wrong. Also, please don't put those spoilers in the comments, guys. The episode's not out in the US yet. Be fair to the other fans. What this does hint at, though, is a confirmation of that larger Disney Afternoon universe I was kind of talking about before, how all those old shows probably tie into DuckTales in some way. We know this not only because we can see that Darkwing Duck exists in some form in the DuckTales world, which we expect, but also from that previous clip that I showed you last time about Don Carnage from Tailspin. And in fact, in the new trailer, there is definitely a clip of him fighting Dewey. And you know what's a cool connection about that? Both Don Carnage and Darkwing Duck are voiced by Jim Cummings, also the voice of Winnie the Pooh. In fact, he kind of does a lot at Disney. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Just a quick little look at this Darkwing image and what I think it might mean. There'll be a lot more to talk about soon though, because apparently the show is coming back next week. As soon as May starts, we're going to be getting a ton of DuckTales and a ton of new episodes. Hopefully I'll be able to keep up with them here on YouTube. Either way, please feel free to like and subscribe if you want to do that. Follow me on Twitter and ask me questions, and be nice to each other and take it easy out there, internet. Seriously though, no spoilers in the comments. Be nice.